Hey Gemini, what's going on? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Knight of Wands. I'm also seeing Three of Swords and Nine of Wands. Okay, so Knight of Wands is the part of you that you don't want to lose your wind. This is the part of you that you feel fueled, you feel motivated, and you want to take action. Three of Swords feels like something that's going on that could possibly intercept that. So it's like I'm so excited about something and I have something going on, and then something happens that I feel upset by, or something happens that I feel bothered by, or something happens that I feel hurt by. And this can be something that discourages you from taking action, although it feels like the challenge is for you to keep up that energy of the Knight of Wands, which is like, finish your mission, accomplish your mission, do what you're going to do. Don't let this hold you back. But you can feel really impacted by this Three of Swords because it feels painful. Sorry, the light is very bright. I have my seasonal depression lamp on. It is needed right now. That is why the glare is so intense. So when this happens, it can be something where you go from being very, very excited. I want to take action. I want to do this. I want to do that. It's like you feel inspired. You feel motivated. You feel excited. And you have that. It's like when you just have a smile on your face and you feel happy and you're really involved in something. And then when the Three of Swords happens, it's something that can feel like it brings you down a bit. It's something that feels painful. It's something that sort of starts taking away from your life force. And so it's like you're running, and then slowly start slowing down, almost like, maybe I don't want to go do this. Maybe I don't want to go do that. When it's like before you were so excited about it. But then when we have that Three of Swords, it can be really discouraging. And I think it can really get to us mentally. And so trying to work with that and still complete your mission here and do what you set out to do and keep that energy going, it can be difficult, but it feels like that's what needs to be done right now. Like, how do you keep that energy and that inspiration of the Knight of Wands while going through something that can bring you down a bit? And how do you stay on track nonetheless? How do you still stay excited? How do you still stay passionate? How do you let that be that and you keep doing your thing? I'm seeing the Hierophant coming out. I have been seeing the Hierophant coming out in the pre-shuffle. Hierophant is connected with Taurus. Hierophant can also be connected with people that are in roles, positions of authority, high council, prestige of some sort, a guiding position. Maybe this is something that you're embracing. Maybe this is something that you're going after. Maybe this is something where, like, you want to become a teacher, or you're becoming a guide in some way, or you're doing something where you're sort of going in that direction, becoming an authority figure of some sort, or going out to learn something, going out to teach something, going out, setting out to accomplish something here. That's what you've been investing in. Yeah, whatever this is that happens, I feel like it can kind of like unmotivate you a bit, and it feels like, how do you not lose sight of that? This feels like one of those times where you have a goal something happens, and in that moment that it happens, it's very real. We really feel that feeling of, I'm feeling upset right now, or I'm feeling discouraged right now, or this is getting to me right now. And how do you not allow that to totally shipwreck what it is that you have going on? How can you still be true to what you're feeling and be present to what you're feeling and not allow it to totally capsize what you're doing here? Is that possible? Because I even feel like it's maybe something more small that if you let it, it can fester and maybe ruin the bigger picture here, but it doesn't have to. Because I'm seeing you be very clear on what you want. With the Hierophant and the Nine of Cups, this feels like you have that inner authority within you to know what you want here, what feels right to you. This feels like a sure thing in your mind, and there being a confidence about that. And whatever is going on, maybe it's impacting that. Maybe it's impacting that. Something else that I'm seeing here too, like it can be a moment where, let's say that you want to become a teacher, okay? And so you have a teacher. Maybe something happens with that teacher that makes you almost be like, well, maybe I don't want to be a teacher because I'm seeing something that's going on with them over there. And it's like, is that really what you want to base this off of here? Like, do you want to allow that to sort of dash your dream of what it is that you can become as far as this role that you'd be stepping into here? Like, is that what you want to happen? Do you want it to discourage you? And you get to choose. Or will it be something that you see that going on and you're like, okay, I can see that going on. I can feel upset about this, or I can feel hurt about this. I can feel all the things that I'm feeling about this, and I'm still going to do my thing here. I'm not going to let this stop me. Because I also get the feeling too that what this is that's going on, it feels like one of those times when it can feel big in the moment what's happening, but like 2 months from now, are you going to look back and be like, it was just that moment where it felt really big, but it doesn't feel like that to me anymore? And do you want to base a really big decision off of this moment? Or do you want to maybe center a little bit? Maybe tap into a more zoomed out perspective. Maybe not feel like you need to immediately make a move about this, like in reaction to this. Don't let this get in the way of your dreams. I don't think that you're going to. I do get the sense of you having a bad taste in your mouth based off of something that's happening here. I don't think that this needs to deter you from pursuing whatever your version of this would be. I don't know why, but I keep getting this idea of you wanting to go in a certain direction, and you may have somebody around you that can possibly be like already in a position similar to what you want to do, and maybe you're having some like painful experience associated with that, but that it's not meant to discourage you. It's like, what about you stepping into your version of that and being like the best that you can be, and that being something that's going to balance the scales. Like maybe you're seeing something happen and you're like, that's not right, or I don't agree with that, or I feel upset by seeing this happening, and like using that as fuel, I think, to encourage you to keep pursuing what you're doing, and maybe even raise the bar, raise the standard for yourself here. But definitely not to allow this to discourage you, but to look at this and say, yep, this is happening. I'm going to put it to rest. I'm going to allow it to end. I'm going to keep doing my thing here, and I'm not going to let this get me off track. And you don't have to. I'm seeing like a slow and steady approach that you're taking. This feels like a more traditional route that's being taken. And I feel like you know within your heart that this is where you're meant to be. There's just some stuff I think that you're reconciling with this to allow you to pursue. Maybe something too was going on where like possibly you got excited about something and maybe that was discouraged in some way. There can also be something going on where there may have been a difference of opinion. That can be part of this too. And it could have been with somebody that you respect as well. There could have been something going on with like a disapproving, a difference of opinion, a different school of thought even. I almost get the feeling of you wanting something and then this almost feeling like it ruins that a little bit, but I think that it's just in that moment. I don't think that this is a long-term feeling. I'm seeing the challenge be, how do I have this experience where maybe I'm having some very big feelings right now and not be reactive to that, not make a very big life choice that's going to affect me later down the line when this is just how I'm feeling in this instant, in this instance, and in this instant. I feel like it's not gonna, it's like when something stings and you feel it really strongly, but then that fades. And so it feels like making a decision off of that would just feel reactive, and it would be something that you may not want to deal with those consequences later on. This feels like don't do anything big like that, because later on you're going to have to deal with that then and be like, why didn't I just still? Like, why didn't I just ground? Like, why didn't I just stop reacting in that moment? But this can be something very painful and this can be something very triggering. And so the part of you that may want to go and do something, it can be difficult to ground that part of your energy. You may want to be very reactive here. And it may take everything within you to breathe through this. And I think that it ultimately challenges, like, are you willing? This is one of those times where it's like, if you want this, these are the times when you are challenged to see how much you're willing, I think, to put up with meaning to go through. Like, how much are you willing to learn? How much are you willing to master your energy, to master your emotions here, to master your mind in order to see this through, if this is really something that you want? Because it feels like you could fall off now and then that sort of, this thing that you want goes down the drain, or this is something that you can keep pursuing. And that you will get to the other side. But I feel like you're pursuing something complicated. I think that you're pursuing something difficult here. And if you really are to do that, there are challenges, which these are the types of challenges that when you accomplish what you're setting out to accomplish here, you're like, wow, it took so much work and it feels so good, because you're like, wow, look at that, I did that. And it's not easy to do this type of thing, and I did that. It's going to be one of those moments when you get out on the other side. But these are the moments that it's like, you're going to drop out here, or are you going to stick with this? What are you going to do? Then I think that you can gain some clarity seeing this. You may also have to sort of stand by something as well. Seeing this energy of Taurus here, Taurus is like, I made up my mind, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand by that, I'm going to stick to it, nothing is going to get in my way, I don't care what happens, I'm not going to stop. That is the energy of Taurus. I will find a way through every single wall that I face, every single obstacle, everything. Nothing is going to get in my way of doing this. And then we also have the energy of Aquarius here. So these are two fixed energies. So this is, you keep your mind fixed and you don't let anything dissuade you out of this. And then with the earth energy, the fixed earth energy, this is you stay doing what you're doing and don't let it take you off your path here. So this is about steadying your mind and steadying your actions as well, making sure that you stay on track and not letting this push you off your path. Because it really, like, nothing can push you off unless you allow it to. And if you're ungrounded, you're going to get swept off your feet and you're going to be sent out to sea, and that doesn't need to happen. But it's about you having to master your mind and your emotions here and move through this, because this is part of this type of series for you. These are things that happen that you'll look back on and be like, no, it wasn't easy, and yes, I still did it. And it makes it all the sweeter when you accomplish what you're setting out to accomplish here, okay? You just stick with it. I get something about like standing by your beliefs or something like that. Standing by something here. And I think too, being able to go through this and not allow it to deter you, like not allow it to discourage you. I feel like I'm not being told specifically what this Three of Swords is. Like, I'm understanding in general the concept of it, but I feel like something particular happened, but I feel almost like it's not being totally specified what this is that occurs. I'm just seeing it be something that can feel unsettling. It's something that feels triggering, and it's something that if you let it, it can get the best of you if you react to it, but you don't have to. And it's like one of those tests that you can feel where it's like, the thing is about like not taking the bait of this. But I'm not even seeing somebody like come around and be purposely antagonistic. This feels like something else to me. It feels like something that happens where you can like internally shudder in some way, and I think the pain can possibly override what you want on a deeper level, but you don't have to let that happen. You don't have to lose your perspective here, essentially, but you're gonna have to ground. You're gonna have to ground. And this is the thing that's not meant to knock you here. This is a time where you're gonna really see your resilience. These are times when you will be able to exemplify that, embody that energy, and really see what you're made of. And I get this thing again about you have to stand strong. Stand strong in something that you're doing, something that's connected with this. I am seeing the sun on the bottom of the deck, so I do feel like things become much brighter after this. And I feel like there's going to be a quick turnaround for this as well. Like the sun comes out again, and the sun comes out quickly. I don't feel like you're going to have to wait a long time for you to feel a relief of pressure. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.